of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
And the Cardinals are on the move.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. He's got the tight end.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
The Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. To the air, it's Stone. Pressure coming. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Lets it fly. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They're trying to get to him. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Yeah, how about that, man? 4th down, try to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick, and not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
2nd and 10 after the previous play. Looking to throw at Stone. Coming after him. And the ball's free in the end zone. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And not much else could go wrong. A defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. The scoop and score. What a lift they can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. They're out there to kick it off. The return team must rivet that ball to their rib cage. Can't afford another turnover. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
It's caught downfield. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
Love the accurate throw by the quarterback there. Curl route against man coverage. You got to put that right into the body of the wide receiver who's running back towards you. Nice job executing it, and they pick up the first.
Makes the pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games, and we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the
First down here for the offense. From the gun to give, looking for room. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And how about the 3rd down run play? And this is an offense that they can do a lot of different things, so they make you guard the whole field, but you might want to start with that running back. And he makes the big play, gets the 3rd down conversion, gets him a new set of downs.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll toss it. Made a defender miss. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
And once you get in this range in the football field, do you depend on your kicker? Do you go for it? I think on 4th down, I think you go for it. This is a long field goal, a lot harder attempt. I like the offense going for it here in this situation.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And the house call coming on the run from the 23. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 15, here's the return. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close.
Ohio State 7, Miami 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Gets it out fast. This offense has a 2nd down play. Looking for a man, it's McCall. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And the Canes line up to punt it away. Having to kick it away after a 3-and-out's not what they had in mind. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Looking for a block. It's Cameron. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. Motion from the offense. Handoff to the single back. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They want to run this quarterback. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. Offense in a bunch formation. Gonna run it. It's Butler. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Scrambling away. Kept it and he's past the marker. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Using his feet to buy time. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on 3rd down. Running back goes in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
And the Hurricanes will punt it away on 4th. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. On the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
2nd down coming up.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Just going to keep it after the snap. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
Now the toss. It's a fumble. And the defense snatches it, and they've reversed the field. Touchdown, Miami! Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers, go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. This quarterback part of their running game. Got the 1st down and more. Oh, look out. There he goes. The 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
This QB just has such a feel. He's so good with these design quarterback runs. He's patient. He allows the holes to develop. He puts his foot in the ground. And in the open field, he's as dangerous as any ball carrier in the country.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're just about ready to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Jennings. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit...
What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety.
Returner brings it out to the 38. And your Ohio State Buckeyes will take over.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Line gets set. First down. Fast motion from the offense. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And the ball squirted out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting that takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really...
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Canes will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, trying to find his man. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. On the move. Makes it past the marker. Open runway ahead. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. They want to see if they can score the deuce. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The give. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Jennings. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. They're bringing heat. Makes the catch. It's Butler.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and great job by the linebacker understanding what to do in zone coverage. I drop, I take my steps. When that quarterback's feet get set, my feet get set. I break on the football. Nice break. Way to go break that up and swat it down.
With the catch, it's Butler. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Pocket starts to collapse. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
After being stopped there on 4th down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation and put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. The Buckeyes get it past the sticks. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the line.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, Dave.
Yeah, just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. He was thinking big return. Didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Quarterback keeps it. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
With the clock running, this should be the final play. On the move. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did. A first down for the offense. They'll give it to the back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of that.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Offense gets set for second down. A run for the quarterback. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Takes a hit as he fires. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. So the SMU Mustangs offense will go to work for the first time today. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him think I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page, first down.
They'll throw it on first down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. Guess it could have been worse.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Looking to pass. It's Klubnik. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Feeling some heat. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end.
That's the end of the first quarter. Ohio State 7, SMU 3.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The give to the back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
And the Mustangs will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Keeps the legs moving. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Sanders. Throws for the tight end. And wings it incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They'll throw it on first down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
All right, it's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He'll pull it down.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Shoots it to the left. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. He's got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he...
Gonna take a shot. And that pass is caught at the 25. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Power football with the run. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Ohio State 14, SMU 3.
All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. From inside his own 15, looking for room. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
And the Mustangs headed quickly to the line. On third down, going up top. Ball in the air, intercepted. Nowhere to move. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. And on the opening drive of the second half, made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well, and they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wide receiver shows motion. He leaves it with his back. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. It seems like on every snap, he is right in the quarterback's grill. Second sack of the day. And maybe Joey Bosa and Chase Young and Vernon Golston better watch out. There could be a new single-season sack record at some point.
And when you mention those guys, when you watch the game, they always had their imprint on the game. They always dominated football games, and this guy's dominating the football game, single-handedly making that quarterback have to think, where is that guy? We better block him because he keeps hitting me.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Looking deep down the right side. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's number 2.
Take over.
For a lot of people, what a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Loss of 4.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Loss of 4. Now, a 4th down. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Ohio State 21.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Mustangs in the hurry-up. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Now he's going to break the pocket. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Quarterback will keep it. Keeps it himself and gets to first. Can anyone catch him? Inside the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Fires to the wideout. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Now on the move. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Really tough run there. He got 4. That'll leave him a yard short on 4th down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like, they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And the stomping has commenced.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. When you know you have a team outclassed, first down here for the offense. Looking for room. It's Morrow. At the 35, he's got room. Racing down the left side. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finishing touch, courtesy of that 75-yard run to the end zone. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. So the Louisville Cardinals offense has the ball for the first time. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
And I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about catching that football.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Caught over the middle. It's Gadsden. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Trying to get rid of it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. He wants to throw it again. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. And the Cardinals will punt this one away. Looks as if they might have a little something going there, but they'll have to kick it away. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive, just try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
At the 40, there he goes. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he showed himself to be a regular Spinderella, but not a lot of room to run. A defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Loses 3. Now, 4th down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ohio State 7, Louisville 0.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. On the option. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And you could tell he trusted himself. He thought he could take off, get that first down. Just a little too much speed on that defense. They closed that gap so quick. Didn't let him get to the first down marker. Turnover on downs.
Not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Now on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Ward. He's right on target. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Running it back, it's Cameron. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. Here comes the option. And he didn't get the pitch off, and he paid the price. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. The option look. Quick toss. Turns it on in midfield. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense.
And it's just got to be nice to have a running back that can make big-time plays with his feet. 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down right here. His opportunity, gets the football, makes a huge gain. He makes this offense go, and it makes it so easy to be a playmaker.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. They'll run the option. The pitch. At the 20, he's got space. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get it started here in the second half. From inside the 15, here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
The Cardinals decide to punt it away. He's got great speed. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State. To the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Using his feet. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they get so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just exhausting.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense. And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll take it himself. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Final play of the quarter coming. He'll pull it on the read. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State 21, Louisville 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the air, it's Ward. Got his man quickly. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Cardinals moving quickly to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Catch in the middle, it's George. They'll get the first down, it's spotted on the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. They get to him as he throws. Got his man. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen 2 big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Quarterback empties his backfield. Comes out throwing on first down. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
At this point, it's a lot about pride for this offense. They're just trying to find a way to get on the board. They have been shut out. That last incompletion, I mean, they're now trying to take shots and see if they can just come up with something. I don't even know if they believe they can get it done.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Now on the option. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job. Offense set on first down. They'll try the run. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The Buckeyes get the first down.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. He makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. The Cavaliers offense will get the ball for the first time. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
This just is such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside will be a great matchup.
Back to pass, it's Drones. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Got a man. It's Singleton. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Catch in the middle, it's Restrepo. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
Ohio State, 7, Virginia.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. The Cavaliers will call on their punt team. Promising start to that drive sort of fizzled out, and they'll have to punt it away. Running it back, it's Cameron. A spender fella, and he's loose. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Second down coming up. Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get him behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. He's
running toward the tape. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. From the gun, running back gets to give. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Buckeyes will try to move the sticks on fourth down. On the option. Now the pitch. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. And we're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Dropping back, it's Drones. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. And the Cavaliers are in the hurry-up. On third down, he drops the throw. A little floater there that falls incomplete. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. He is... People. Returns like that are... Settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Palmer.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Across the 25, he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And how about that on third down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. Third down, money down. You figured they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake on first down. With the catch, it's Singleton. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. Line getting set on second down.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Ohio State 21, Virginia 0.
Looking downfield, it's throws. And the quarterback is snowed under. The Cavaliers come to the line in the hurry-up. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He unleashes a long one. And it falls incomplete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Singleton. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Excellent field position here for the offense. A designed run for the quarterback. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. This is a designed run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the route is on. He has spent a lot of time in that end zone and an absolute assault on the scoreboard.
No doubt about it. And guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had. The defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And the returner goes down. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that. But they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Drones. And they got him for the sack.
And they get him again. This has not been the day we expected. This young man, we expect great things. Like, he is one of the better players in college football. You think he'd come out, put on a show, but this defense has had his number all game long.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
And now such a tough situation late in this game. You're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Looks as if he's going to run it. Smashes through. Finding an escape route. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to.
First down for this offense. On the run, it's Judkins. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run.
And that's great defense to stop him short of the first down. It's so hard with a guy that fast to create the right angles, to make sure I keep the ball inside, and then everybody's got to run to the football. Great job by the defense.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball, no matter how many times they spin the magic beat.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. This is certainly one way to play great defense. Just play keep away with your offense. This drive will not end. 3rd down coming. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Coming up, 4th down.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Unleashes one deep. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these 4th downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. To the air, it's McCord trying to get to it. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, DeBosa's Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. So the snap count is silent, it's predictable, and then you pin your ears back, and that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
Boston College will send out the punt team. A quick 3 and out, and they're already giving up the ball. On the return, it's Cameron. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, 3rd down, 4th down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. Hard running there. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
Offense facing.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. In plus territory, not really much of a decision to make there. They had to go for it, and it paid off.
Yeah, they know points are going to be at a premium in this game, so they're going for it here, no doubt. Nice job picking up the first and now putting a lot of pressure on this defense.
A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
He locked up and held on to bring him down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? He'll ride his man on the option. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to throw, it's Sanders. Slides away. Fires to the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. Just about set to put toe to leathers. We are deadlocked here in the 3rd. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Not a lot of offense, in fact, no offense in terms of scoring there in the 1st half.
You got to give the defense credit on both sides. They've been physical. They've been making plays. So now, which of these offenses can break the tie? It's not going to be easy, but for this offense now taking the ball here first in the 2nd half, they've got to get something going.
Finally giving the defense some credit. How did that feel coming out of your mouth? Did it hurt? Like, did you not like to say that? It sounded painful.
I just threw up a little.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. How about this job by the defense? A well-disguised blitz by the free safety results in a sack.
And you don't blitz the free safety much because he's a guy that stays back usually. But what do? You said well-disguised. That's what you got to do. You got to make it look like you're dropping for a pass, bring the blitz. Offensive line was full. He comes flying through there, untouched, gets the sack.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's Cameron. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Buckeyes roll that. Out there. It has been a complete uphill struggle for both of these offenses, Jesse.
It sure has. At this point, David, someone's just going to have to step up and make a play. Someone's got to break a tackle and make an incredible...
Afterburners coming. Touchdown, Ohio State. And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
And finally, somebody gets on the scoreboard. A 1st half of no points, 0-0. Now in the 3rd quarter. Sometimes when you get that rhythm and that offense rolling, sometimes it's hard to stop. So let's see if this is a trendsetter. Let's see if this starts the offensive momentum.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort, and getting to the football. But it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position. And right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
So just how aggressive can they afford to be as they snap it on 2nd and long from the 13? Dropping back, it's McCord. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And the defense comes up with the sacks. And this defense has been dialed in all day. Really, really good job. This offense is going to have to find something different, do something to try to stretch this D and make them feel uncomfortable.
And this defense has squatters' rights in the backfield. Back-to-back sacks, and the crowd is insane. Pressure coming. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. Looking for a block. It's Smith.
Returner is tackled out at the 41.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well.
The expressway is wide open. He'll work his way down to the 28.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Buckeyes have taken it inside the 20. Quarterback keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On the option. He'll toss it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
On the ground. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter.
Is no good. That keeps the score. Ohio State 15, Boston College 0.
Kickoff team lining up to send this one away.
Set to take this one away.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, baby.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going. Yeah, and you're just running at a time where you can have these small gains where the clock continues to run. This offense definitely got to have some urgency. Down, late in the game. I need to force some plays, Paul. We're probably down the field.
If you're the defense, you can have that all day. We're going to play big zones. We're going to keep the ball in front of us. We've got the lead. You're going to have to make catches like that and make us miss. But you want to keep throwing those little dink and dunk throws? Have at it. Because if you keep doing that, we're going to win the game.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Wants to throw. It's McCord. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
The incomplete pass, 4th down, fails, and they'll turn it over. couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
On the option. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here comes the option. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
That's such a terrible feeling, too, if you're the quarterback, because on fourth down, they're calling for you on a designed run. They're putting all their hopes on you to somehow go out and get that first, and he knew it. There was just nowhere to go. It's got to be a terrible feeling when you know the defense has won, especially on fourth down.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. To the air, it's McCord. They're trying to get to it. They come up with their second safety of the game. You don't see that very often. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. He'll bring it back. It's Smith.
Returner brings it out to the 38. And your Ohio State Buckeyes will take over.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Calls his own number. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
And with another big play, he's over the 100-yard mark. A lot of times when you look in the box score at the end of the game, whoever rushes for 100 yards, a lot of times they win the football game. This guy's been able to create big plays, and that's why his team's been successful on offense.
Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
I'll tell you what, dude, in today's football, I'm not starting a team without a guy that can do that at the quarterback spot. You see it. He hits the gas, pulls it down quickly, and just goes. Whether he's reading something, whether he's throwing, he is always a threat to run the football. He completely changes the way you play defense.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here. Offense getting set for first down. They'll run it to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
The option look. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield.
Loss of 2.
The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Sanders. Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 15, here's the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Virginia Cavaliers offense will go to work for the first time. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
Quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. Running back on a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
From the gun, the running back has it. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And his throw is incomplete.
Yeah, and you can tell he was trying to fit in there, trying to make a play. Obviously, 3rd and long. Got to get it past the sticks, but you also got to make sure I'm dialed in and my feet are in order and then my eyes get tied together with my hands. It was just a little bit off on that throw.
And the Cavaliers send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. He gets it away from his own end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Game 2. 2nd down coming up.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player. But this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
The offense set for a first down play.
Delay of game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. This should be the last play of the quarter. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ohio State 7, Virginia 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Here we go. Ready?
They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Right back to the well. There to stop him after a pickup of 3. It's down to the 15.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Now on the option. He'll toss it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. The Buckeyes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They want to run this quarterback. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much in the defense. QB runs in for 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So a drive that started just beyond midfield, only 49 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. They're working on 2nd and 5 from the 25. Back to throw, it's Yarnell.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And this crowd is losing it, frenzied after the back-to-back sacks. 3rd and long coming up. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Cavaliers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. On the return, it's Cameron. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're already in field goal range, but Jesse, they want to be aggressive, but they can't take a negative play.
Well, the play caller's got to look up and down his sheet here to find a shot to the end zone, David. Be aggressive and see if you can get a touchdown late.
While knowing that I've got 3 in my back pocket. Don't force the ball into a bad situation, but we're definitely trying to get a touchdown.
He's tackled at the 25-yard line. Brings up second down. That's the end of the first half. With the score, Ohio State 14.
The Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half.
Number 45, set to kick it away.
A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense.
Kicking team.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. Martinez on the carry. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. And the Cavaliers want to move quickly. Hand off from the shotgun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
The Cavaliers will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Bringing it back, it's Cameron. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up his offense nicely. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he's to the 48-yard line. That would be good enough for a first down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. A 3rd and long coming up here. On the option. He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. What's the score? Ohio State 14, Virginia 0.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. This quarterback part of their running game. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. And the Buckeyes looking to convert on fourth down. Goes to the option. Now the toss. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Scanning the field. It's Yarnell. Bought a little time. Lets it go. Quickly to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. And the Cavaliers want to crank the tempo.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback.
Picked off. Bringing it back at the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. And the returner will be brought down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Quickly out to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Back to pass, it's Yarnell. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loses 2. Second down coming up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. On the move. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop it. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
Coming up.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Coming after it. Trying to escape and get it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. 4 wide out set, 3 of them to the left on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Yarnell. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Man, this defense has been ruthless all game long. Individual effort. They've got guys up front winning their one-on-one matchups, and they have been terrorizing this quarterback.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires the pass, intercepted. And he runs out of bounds with the interception, and that is how we'll finish off this game. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game.